I mean, we have 3 days until season ends. So I asked myself, can I open a new account and complete my collection in 3 days? Well, let's start the process. This time around, I changed my strategy a bit. Rather than farming sprites and through the chest, I focused on pushing players. I figured most likely I'll be getting more rare sprite. Now the challenge was simple for today. I was planning to get at least all the hollow foil sprites done for this power hour. For that, I pushed aggressively, especially whenever I heard extraction shite going on. I mean, I was gunning for that. Now, I'm no sweat, so most of these fights are gonna be really, neck to neck, and sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. But I knew this strategy was gonna help me out. And it does make a difference that people are more willing to bring sprites this season, because the end of the season, and I'm able to find some really good sprite off of these players, and because of the power hour as well. But the main thing was not finding them, but extracting them as well, because just as I was hunting people, people were hunting me whenever I put on extraction shot. Like for example, right here, I turned the extraction on. This guy comes right here, but he did bring me a galaxy demon, so I can't complain. I mean, most of the rear sprites came from these players rather than the chest. So I mean, I was really glad that these guys are pushing me as well. But sometimes I get lucky and I'll just find random sprites laying around. And sometimes I would just, find bots and again find random sprites just laying around right here. So my luck was, in my favor. And at the same time, pushing people, I focused on not actually going for the wins, but going for the sprite. Sometimes where the game was online, my main focus was, hey, let's focus on the extraction, and we'll give up the game and the crown, but we cannot give up the sprites. Like over here, I ended up getting 3 sprites, but I died in the zone, and but those sprites are worth it. And a lot of times, I made a lot of great friends. It wasn't all about fighting and and just engaging people. Sometimes when you find somebody who has a sprite, you just chill out, you vibe with them, and you make friends, and you just fist pump and you go on your own way. So it was fun, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it in the process of finding new sprites and just chilling and vibing with these players. And the community is coming alive. I mean, sprites are saving this season. I am so glad that they are bringing back the sprite next season as well, because this was an amazing journey. Like living the process of farming sprite was so fun. And but again, most of these sprites, like I said, came from third-party players and being aggressive. And especially when you get to the end zones and you end up finding some great sprite, you just have to make the run for the extraction and hopefully that people don't push you, and always play safe, because you can see them over here as well. As soon as I start the extraction, I start hearing gunshots and I'm just like laser focused. I'm like, cannot lose sprites. But especially when I have like 2 new sprites in my hand and I'm like get sniped right here, and I'm like, no, cannot make a mistake. There's too much on the line for you to make a mistake and lose a sprite, especially with some of these rare sprites. You might not be able to see them again in the game. So we gotta focus, we gotta extract, and we're just gonna make our way out quickly. And the strategy was working pretty well for the first day. I got a lot of great sprites, and a lot of these players had max sprites as well because of the power hour. So it was also helping me complete my collection of getting 55 sprites, so we can get the quick sprites as well. So now I'm not gonna show you every single chest that I opened to get the sprites, but I'm gonna try to focus on the rare sprites that I got. And a lot of times, I get lucky and eliminate the players. I was having one of those days where every shot was landing and I was getting every kill, and all these players were bringing me amazing sprites, like this hollow foil peely. I was like, this is like what I needed. Thank you, bro. But again, sometimes luck is not on your side. Like right when I found a peely, somebody third-partied me and I lost it. But again, next game, luck changed. I eliminated a player, and they just happened to have 2 sprites that I needed. And one of them was maxed out. So it's like, Fortnite was Fortnite gods were praying for me to complete these challenges. And I'm telling you, my luck with these sprites were amazing. And I thoroughly just loved the fact when I found a random sprite on the map that I didn't have and I just picked it up and collected it. So it was a nice journey, but things really changed when I found this guy right here. He had a Grim. Not any Grim, the Gen Grim. Now, I'm not really good at sniping people off the bus. I mean, I have tried it throughout the season, but I never really exceeded. But this guy had a really good skin, crystal clear. I mean, it was like as if he was begging for people to follow him. And I knew there'd be one more player with us, and surely one more player started him, and I was off to the race. Now, this guy was most likely just going to land, try to fight, and take his sprite. So my idea was simple. I'm gonna try to land on the chest over here. Hopefully, I get a gun while these two guys fight. I can get a gun and third party them, and hopefully win the sprite. Now I get the sprite. I don't know why they didn't pick it up over here, but this guy tried to make a run for it. He doesn't have a gun, and I'm praying. I'm like, gotta hit those shots. Gotta hit that shot, and finally, I was able to get my first Grim. That 2 gem. I was just going crazy at this point. I mean, I was just amazed. But again, the deal wasn't done. We have to extract, and I was gonna risk it right here. I do have portables, but I'm trying to save as many portables as we can for the sticky situation. And since I'm by the extraction site, I was like, all right, let's just go for it. And of course, as soon as I started the extraction, I hear Spider-Man just coming through. But I decided I'm gonna fight this guy. I'm gonna outrun him. Sometimes you gotta play smart, rather than play hard. So I knew I tried to juke this guy out. I flew, he went back, and I was baiting him to come back to me so I can just fly again. My strategy was simple. I'm just gonna waste time, and as soon as the extraction comes in, I'm just gonna extract this sprite. I didn't care about this fight. I didn't care about killing him. My thing was get this gem and get it extracted. So, and again, this very next game, I see the 0 point. I'm like, I got it once. Can we do it twice? And all these people in the lobby are just chasing me. I'm like, maybe that will help me out. Maybe they'll all jump together and I'll find him. And you know what they say? Sometimes you shoot for the moon and you land amongst the stars. And something similar happened over here. I mean, I tried really hard looking for this guy, couldn't find it, and I was like praying. I'm like, oh, please, please, I cannot lose this gem sprite. And I just jammed praying after this guy. I'm like, please, God, please, Fortnite God, please be with me. Please let this guy beat the gem. But as soon as I got close to him, I realized he didn't have the gem. But he did have a gummy, so I decided to go close to him because he was flying pretty high. And when I got close to him, I realized he had a gummy 0 point. Oh my God, my heart started pounding again. I was like, we cannot mess this up. We have to kill this guy and get this sprite. And as soon as I came to the bush, this guy had just dropped the sprite for us. Bro was giving away free sprites. I mean, W for that guy, W for that guy, guys. So of course, we just had to get the sprite, run away, and go use a portable extractor and just extract this 0 point. I mean, we're not taking risks for the 0 point sprite. I mean, those are ultra rares. So our collection was looking pretty good for the first day. And again, we started pushing more players, hoping to find some amazing sprites. Like over here, this guy just got beamed by me, and he ended up having a Galaxy sprite as well. So I was like, all right, bro, thank you. Especially the Galaxy Air. I mean, that's one of my favorite Air Sprite. But sometimes when I found too many sprites, things went against somebody over here. I ended up killing 2 players. I had 3 new sprites in my hand, and this guy was camping somewhere, and he ended up killing me. Now, dying to him felt worse. But when I realized what he had on his back, I raged. He had a Grim, a hollow foil Grim. I mean, I was raging. Nothing feels worse. But of course, our collection of hollow foil sprites were going great. We were finding all the variants. So, we just had to focus on finding that Grim and that 0 point. And sometimes, Sprites were the main focus. Like over here, I got this gold punk, and I saw two people land with me. So my thing was clear: grab the Sprite and run away. Just run. Don't even think to fight. Never even say and give it a second. But again, it all comes down to extraction. So of course I'm going for extraction here. I was kind of hoping that I'll just drop the Sprite, and but I catch this player off guard. I put shots on him, missed all my shots. The bro almost takes me to 5 health, and I was just like, oh my god, I cannot believe I risked gold punk for this fight. But I ended up getting, hollow foil ghost from him, so it was all worth it. But again, we quickly just run and extract and just pray that nobody else pushes us. So like I said, this whole journey became, being aggressive player. And my style isn't like being aggressive. I was farming sprites from the chest. Like over here, and I'm getting so lucky that sometimes like from the chest I found 3 sprites that were missing over here. Llama, I got the gold demon, and again I was like, okay, I gotta make it count. I gotta go quickly extract all these new sprites before I get pushed. And boy, it wasn't a roller coaster of a journey. And sometimes, like when I do eliminate players, the main issue that started coming up when I got a lot of these sprites was keeping tab on which sprite I had and which I didn't. And sometimes when I got jumped, like this right here, I died. I was like, okay, no problem. But when this guy drops in and he has a grim on his back, I'm like raging again. I'm like, nothing feels worse than dying to somebody when they have a rare sprite on their back. But like I said, roller coaster of a journey, and I thoroughly enjoy the process of farming all these sprites. It was like so fun the second time around as well. And as we just continue to just farm the sprites and extract them, and I'm just trying to show you all the rare ones I got, so you guys can see that there's no cheating, no trading, no nothing. Pure solo gameplay, pushing players and just farming as many sprites as we can throughout the day. And I'm gonna be honest, I got really lucky with all the sprite collection. So by the end of the day, I ended up getting 55 sprites, and I got pretty good rare collection as well. As you can see, I got the 0 point. I got the mythic one from the challenge. We got the gem 0 point from the challenge as well, but by extracting like 30 plus sprites. I got the gummy aura, got the boss, and of course we got the gem grim from the player. So we got a pretty good collection, pretty solid collection for first day, and 55 sprites is not bad. So keep on watching, guys, for round 2 of this sprite collection.